So I've got my Traeger grill here, and as many people have experienced, they open their grill when it's hot and this stop comes loose and allows the lid to go past its stopping point like that. When it's hot, it bends the hinges and the metal. So the first step to actually prevent this from happening is to fix the stop and to ensure that these bolts, which are like 9mm, I've found, the nuts are tight, and you need a screwdriver on the reverse side, Phillips, to hold those bolts while you tighten it. So I have fixed that, but because of that flaw, the lid no longer comes to a complete close, which sucks. The heat escapes and smoke escapes. So I'm going to attempt to show a fix. As I understand that the hinges have become damaged, I could probably get new hinges from Traeger. I'm sure they would be amenable to that. Traeger's a very quality company, I believe. They make a great grill. So I'm going to attempt to fix it without Traeger's replacement parts. So as you can see, with the screws removed, there is a gap in this hinge because it has become bent. So I'm going to take that off. So it should be flat like that, but it is no longer flat, and the screws won't go in flat. So I'm going to take that off and try to bend it into shape. So since I really have no idea what I'm doing here, I think more so the damage is with the hinge part, but I don't know what a normal one is supposed to look like. So I am going to try to adjust this part of it, even though I think the problem is with this part of it, as you can see. We'll see how it goes. So I've got this securely clamped into a vise, and I'm going to try tapping on this a couple times with a sledgehammer. See if I can bend it that way, just a hair, and we'll see how that affects the closing. So after attempting to grip it in the vise and bend it, hit it a couple times, definitely did not bend enough. So I saw something else about grinding, and I think that what I'm going to need to do is grind this. At least I'm going to try that and see how that works. So I took my Dremel type tool. Actually, it's a cheapie from Harbor Freight, but ground that bit off. It definitely fits better, closer to the flat or flush fitting that it should be. There is no seal. There is no gap in the seal. It's still not as flush as I would like, but that seems to be the correction to the problem. I'm going to tighten this one back up and then work on the other one, and I'll let you know. So I've tightened it back up. The gap here is much less than it was. I'm thinking that after I do the other one, it will be flush, but we will see. So I'm just going to show exactly what I'm grinding down. So you can tell if you're on the right track by how flat this lays after grinding. It's more important that this first one is as flat as possible, and then the second one will follow suit. But that seems to be the fix, and I'm going to tighten everything back up and I'll show you afterward. All right, so here we are. I'm very pleased with that fix. The hinges were easy to remove, easy to grind. It's like 15 minutes, and everything is sitting properly. I guess the TLDR of this is to be very aware of this stop and make sure that you don't just let it fly freely. Make sure that these bolts, nuts and bolts are tightened, and you should be good to go. Yeah, I know my grill's dirty, but whatever, I just used it. It's the 4th of July. Hope this was helpful.